Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Saturday edition of Nat20Hot. We are a group of friends who enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons together. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We're so glad that you decided to spend today of days with us. Today being August 3rd. And it is a kickoff to a wonderful month where we are expecting to have a lot of things happen in our little campaign here. Having recently leveled up to whatever level they are now, 10, right? 10? Level 11. uh, The level 11s, which is very exciting. The last time, first, before I even get into our recap, you should know, if you're tuning in for the first time or joining us once again, that we do this for fun, but we also do this for the children. We stream in support of Extra Life, a wonderful charity that supports children's hospitals across North America. Your contributions toward our team go towards funding critical and life-saving care to children who need it. Highly recommend you go ahead and take a look at that. It is a wonderful charity and a wonderful time of year to give, which is all the time because children always need our help. Without further ado, the last time out, our party decked themselves out in the finest attire and put on their affable personalities. They left the awkwardness at home best they could and decided to finally make the venture down the road to the Starfall Manor for a gala held in their honor by none other than the host Vivian Starfall, whom they had the opportunity of meeting, along with all manner and I'm calling out the fact that in my recap, I wrote manner and manner spelled the same with different meanings. That's my bad. You should know when I make a mistake. All manner of interesting and dynamic people of the summer court, as well as a diplomat of the spring court, whom Willem had spent a bit of time in the office of and unfortunately learned a bit too much about, including his propensity for having intercourse with couches. Willem, in his infinite wisdom, attempted to bond with Calyx Sunblade, the unfortunate and crestfallen Baron of the Luminous Steel and one of the closest confidants of the absentee monarch, Amar, and whom has clearly fallen into the drink, but had little luck bringing him out of his stupor. But one might say that they were at least. There was a burgeoning relationship there. Dunk connected with a duo of academics from the Firmament, the premier institution of higher learning, who clued him into another individual, a young lad who bears a similar affliction as Dunk's, who's currently quarantined at Morn's Hall, and how they would very much like to study him and document his affliction for the public record, as any previous record of people holding his abilities are under lock and key at Ashenmore under the Lexi Conclave. Dunk then proceeded to eat a tainted oyster and unfortunately is unable to join us as he rushed off to the laboratories. May he rest in. He'll be back, but not tonight. He's not dead.
Rest in poop.
Yes, R.I.P. Randy connected with the co-proprietors of the Palais Garnier Theater, which may or may not be haunted by a mysterious ghost, or it could just be an elaborate marketing ploy. Also, prior to the gala, Randy took a steep potion of true sight, which allows him to see through magical illusions, and did catch a hidden doorway that he has not currently ventured down. Branwen, however, had the least entertaining connection of the evening, having finally come face to face with her estranged mother, and by the gods' will, did not girl fail. In fact, she gave and served it back 10x. And
Wow.
received very little information from her mother, who does continue to be at the party. And though her mother did expect her to, quote, fall in line, Branwen kept it together and did not willingly bow to the Duchess of the Radiant Dawn.
Just say no.
The gang was just about to reconnect and potentially maybe go have some fine shrimp or tomate du saltimbanque from the dining room,
Or some oyster.
or some oysters, though perhaps no longer, or perhaps going to any one of the other rooms at the ball where there are games being played and stories being told. when a voice rang out through the grand hall welcoming the keeper of the verdant throne, her fiery red hair instantly recognizable as the Lady Guinevere Lightly, first of her name, and a well known hag. And so that is where we
Who
find
I yeah.
ourselves. What was that?
Sorry, I'll wait for you to finish.
No, no, no. That is where we find ourselves. The Lady Guinevere Lightly has been introduced, the eternal enchantress, kissed by fire, keeper of the verdant throne, and she enters into the Starfall Manor as you all kind of stand in the ballroom.
What kind of a woman do I see enter?
A very old, decrepit hag woman, wearing the very same dress that she currently wears, but she looks. You recognize the woman instantly as the one that you fought in the dingy little house in Trowood, um, but you are able to see through her current visage,
Is it?
Visage.
dressage. She's a horse.
Oh,
Looks
Oh, she's
like
a hag.
the true sight reveals that she's a horse.
she like trots in.
You guys would never believe this.
You
It's
guys, she's been
Arabent's
a horse
long
this
lost
whole
sister.
time.
Hag stands for horse aged gracefully.
That's really good.
I was gonna say horse and girl.
Horse and girl.
She's both, like Aravan.
Oh Jesus H Mason.
Sorry.
Okay. Um.
I'm gonna have a hard time being normal about this, just so both of you know.
So Branwen just stepped back in from outside where she was talking to her mom, right?
Correct.
I
I believe
walked
I'm
back in
dancing
from.
with your mom at the moment.
That is true. Yes. Well,
So I come
technically,
back
not at
in.
this exact moment because she left to go greet the Lady Guinevere.
Okay, so I come in from being so scared. Them announcing that Gwen is here, and now I'm so scared again. And I'm just gonna scamper back over to the group and Sina, and I'm just so sweaty.
How did that go?
Oh my god. She's so scary.
But
It's fine.
fine. Okay.
Oh no, I actually kind of like stood up to her for like maybe the first time ever, and oh
That's
Jesus
great.
Christ. I know she's gonna make my life hell.
We already knew that.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah, actually, you know what, that kind of helps.
Same, but different. It's like, what are you gonna do?
Where's Willem? I saw that what's her name's here?
At this point, I would say that the four of you have kind of gathered together.
Hey, Willem.
I'm just 1,000 yards staring directly at her, not paying any attention to you. Clutching down at my waist for a sword that is not there.
We're gonna keep it together, right? Because we knew that she might be here.
Yes, we are.
Yup. Keeping it together.
I can see the lightning behind you, and it's sick.
Nice. Definitely
can't-
not.
Can't end a war tonight. So
Also, shouldn't
Nope.
start a war tonight.
definitely shouldn't.
What if we just
Nope.
what if we just don't interact with her or my mom for the rest of this gala?
Oh, I don't know if you saw, but your mom danced with me and was terrifying beyond
Oh
measure.
my god.
And she
She,
definitely knows that we were well, I was in the palace. Yeah, she definitely knows
she
that.
works so quickly.
She does.
That's so scary.
Yeah, she was like, "What would you do if somebody stole something from you?" And then she quizzed me about like um how I wouldn't know a friend, or I'm so eager to beat somebody's face in bloody that I wouldn't know they were a friend, and that she hopes we can work together. and I was just
Oh, she tried to get me to
don't like
join
your
her
mom
too,
very
and she
much.
just told a whole bunch of BS, which I think would have been a
Yeah, I
lot more
think
effective if I didn't know all of the actual true stuff. Wasn't effective though.
yeah, it seems like they think we're both still on the hag train, as it were.
I've never been
Trying
on
to
the
get us.
hag training, just
What train are we on?
Me either.
oh,
That's a good question. We're on the Save the
uh,
World train.
yeah. We're on the big picture train, not so much small picture, but we're getting there.
What are
I'm
we
so
talking
sweaty right
about?
now. I'm just gonna grab a drink from a passing tray and just chug it.
It's a promiscuous girl.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be smashed.
I'm going to finish off my drink in a grand gulping manner. Pick up a new one. If it's a promiscuous girl, so be it. And then I'm gonna like kind of point over in a direction. I'm gonna go. There's a secret door. I'm gonna go over there for a little bit. All right, and
What?
I'm gonna go walk over to the
Do
secret
you
door.
do you want help or a friend or?
Uh, it's up to you guys.
Um, I'm just gonna. Hey, Cena, do you want to keep an eye on him, just in case?
Yeah, I can go with him. Sure.
I'll keep an eye on Willem. I don't feel comfortable with any of us going solo here tonight.
No, historically that has not gone well for us.
No, that's
Yeah.
totally smart.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we'll secret door it up, and you two will stay here and just
Not do anything.
take on
Specifically,
your
not do
arch
anything.
nemesis one on one.
Branwen,
We're not taking anyone on. For sure.
Branwen, we could talk about Calyx if you want.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Yeah,
well,
I saw him.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I sort of figured the plan was a little bit fucked because Dunk is shitting his brains out somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Is that what happened?
Yes.
That's what I
I
assumed.
thought that guy could
The
eat. I
oyster
saw
smell
that
bit
guy
off.
eat like half a dead fish out of a trash can and he was fine. He's called it sushi.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
There's two of them, and I can't
Oh
get them to not.
no.
this is ridiculous. Now there's
Oh
two.
no, I don't
They're
feel
also trying to play with
anything.
my dice. It's difficult.
Oh no. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about, let's find somewhere not in this immediate area where we can potentially see Gwen and my mom and let them go do cool things. I give Cena a kiss as she leaves though.
Cute. So you
Okay.
can go into the dining room or the garden where there's more private space to talk, removed from foot things. Where would you like to go? I mean, it's difficult for you to find a private place and also keep an eye on them.
Willem, you pick.
Let's go into the gardens. Why not?
That
Unless
sounds
that's
good.
like bad vibes because you were just talking to your mom there.
Oh no, it's not. It's quite nice outside.
Okay, garden sounds good.
All right.
So,
I tossed
Calyx is,
the tooth that I grabbed that Cena tossed to me last sesh. I tossed that back to Cena.
Okay. She takes it.
Okay, Cena has the tooth that I was holding. Did you listen to any other conversation with me and my mom through that tooth, by the way?
Nope. I was misunderstanding the assignment as
Oh,
somebody
okay.
might say. I'm really sorry. I've had a few to drink.
Okay, well, Cena has a tooth now, so we can check in on her and Randy as needed.
Gotcha. Don't do anything too crazy.
They're already gone, dude.
Oh. Well, Bon voyage.
All right, we'll stick with Randy
Sorry,
and
like I said, I've
and
had a lot to
Cena then.
drink.
They left
Uh,
5 minutes ago, man.
Randy and Sina, you both progress over towards the what is effectively kind of, so you pass out of the ballroom and into what is effectively more of like an art gallery. It's a very long, one might call it a corridor, but it's really just a thin room, and it's filled with portraits, sculptures, various artworks. Um, Make a perception check as you enter the room.
uh, uh, dirty 20.
Alrighty. You can very clearly see that a lot of the portraits are of various men. They appear as noble individuals, not unlike many of the denizens that you see at this gala. Um, each of them, as you kind of scan through the people, they all look seem to have like this kind of empty expression. Like it's a bit like portraits of old like presidents where they don't look happy. They're just kind of like a blank expression staring off into nothingness. What you also notice is that a lot of the statues bear a very similar like carving and work done similar to those that you currently now host in your own manor, the Ambercrest Manor. None of them are of you, of course, but they are of like they bear a striking craftsmanship similar to those that you currently host in the Ambercrest. The art gallery gives way to kind of a quiet, serene study with a number of different shelves and a plush armchair and adjacent to a large fireplace, which is currently empty. And you currently see that the mirror that makes the study appear far grander than it actually is actually a translucent doorway that you can step through into a staircase below.
As we pass the pictures, I'm gonna say, would it kill him to smile more?
Cena will
And
just go,
then
men should smile more.
I super agree.
Yeah.
And then we'll continue walking, and I'll say after you, and I'll point at the mirror.
Cena just kind of looks between you and the mirror and is like, I do look nice, thank you, but what exactly are we doing?
Secret door, Cena.
You're saying I'm just gonna like kind of like put her hand up to the mirror and then it just slowly fades through and she's like, oh shit, okay. And she will pass through the mirror.
I will follow her.
Okay. Passing through the mirror, you find that it is. Do you have dark vision?
Do I?
No, you're the only one that doesn't have
Yeah, I'm
dark
the only one who
vision.
doesn't have it.
And
Yeah.
neither does Cena because she's a normie humie.
Does True Sight do anything with that?
I don't believe so. True sight just gives you true sight.
Yeah.
So it's quite dark. You can tell that you are in a staircase, just like kind of feeling around with your feet, and you have to crouch a bit to.
Y- you know what? I'm just gonna cast light.
Okay. Are you casting it on
uh,
anything in particular?
just like a pebble or something on the ground, and
Okay,
then I'm gonna hold it.
got it. Lifting the pebble up, you find that the corridor that you're in is now bathed in a very nice light, and the pristine and well mannered decor of the Starfall Manor kind of quickly subsides to this like dark charcoal gray stone that is currently in the sloping staircase that leads down. The stairs are poorly carved, but there's a subtle indentation in the rock where people have clearly like stepped down it for hundreds of years. Um, it is cramped quarters, like so you have to duck down quite a bit, and make a perception check as you approach the bottom.
Wah, wah. 9.
Um, you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary as you approach. However, as you near the bottom of the stairs, it kind of opens up a little bit more to a locked doorway. It's a firm wrought iron door with a kind of panel where you might see in a like speakeasy would slide open and you'd be able to see somebody's eyes. And then a separate panel down at the bottom with a small tray that sticks out where someone might open it and put another tray on top of it to slide through the door. And it is currently locked with a shackle, like a bolt lock, up at the top from the outside, and a heavy wrought iron lock.
Okay. This sliding door, is it like loose?
So it's a panel that you can indeed open.
Okay.
Sina, like at
Um,
this moment, slips into the kind of frills of her dress and pulls out a small lockpick and goes, "Are we breaking and entering here?"
um, you know, I hold on, hold on, hold on. Does this seem like a prison kind of situation to you?
It's definitely weird. I mean, it is a hidden metal door at the base of stairs behind a secret mirror doorway. But we did just talk about big picture stuff.
And here's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
I open the sliding thing very, very small. Throw the pebble in, the lighted pebble. Throw it in, close it, and then I cast clairvoyance on the other side of that door.
And that allows you to see, correct?
Yes, I can see anything happening. I can either see or hear, but I'm choosing to see what's
Okay.
happening on the other side of the door.
Alrighty. And you're like kind of peering through your mind's eye, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you kind of you toss the stone in and you hear a subtle click, click as the pebble kind of clearly rocks across some of the stony floor. And you hear a faint like splash, almost like something hitting liquid wet as you quickly close, and it squeaks just a little bit, the metal, as you grate it shut. It makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up just a little bit with the kind of like squeak that it makes. But you rest for a moment in the silence and then peer beyond the door and kind of let yourself get taken into the spell. And as you open your eyes anew, now on the other side of this doorway, you are struck by this cold, dark, what is effectively a dungeon. Um, and the space is narrow. It is not terribly large. You get the sense that this was here first and the house built on top of it, but that this has potentially been here for quite some time. The floor is completely stone, and as you kind of look around where you are, the wet that you heard, the subtle squelch, is a deep rust red of blood that has been left to pool for just a bit too long. Um, the as you kind of look around the confines of the room, there are a number of shackles that hang from the slick stone walls, and a small stone. I'd call it a cross between a chair and an altar, where a person could clearly
Alter.
be like laid upon at the center of the room, basically right up from where your stone has landed, where the blood has pooled around. In the far corner of the room where your light begins to dull, you think you can see the kind of like dark outline of a figure.
Is it large or small, or can I like make out anything?
It's humanoid in nature. You like it kind of resembles the faint outline of a leg.
Okay. Let me see what I can do with clairvoyance real quick.
Scene
It's
is just
because
kind of like
the
hovering,
light.
like what's going on? What do we see?
I'm kind of saying what I'm seeing
Okay.
out loud to her. Like there's a guy in there. There's like
Oh,
a weird altar and a
we've
bunch of
gone too far.
blood.
We have gone too far.
um, can I? Is it because I can't, like, the pebble is not bright enough?
The room is too
It's it
large for the s- the depth of the light that you were creating.
got it.
Make a perception check,
Okay.
or
This
rather,
one?
in this case, investigation.
No, I hate that one. I got a 6.
Yeah, it's difficult to say.
Oh, hold on though. I am going to. I haven't done this yet, but with knowledge domain cleric, I can. Ooh. Where is it? As an action, I can choose one skill or tool, and for 10 minutes, I have proficiency with that chosen skill. I think I can do that once per day.
All right.
So I'm
So you're
gonna
going
have
to give yourself
proficiency in
proficiency in
investigation.
investigation.
Yes,
Nice.
and I rolled a nat 1.
I'm sorry to hear that. You are unable to discern. It looks like a leg. The shadows kind of lap around the figure, but at the same time, you don't hear anything beyond the door. And when you toss the rock in, you didn't hear anything react beyond the squelch of it hitting the pool.
Gotcha. Um, yeah, I don't know. We could look. We
Whose house
uh,
is this? This is the
this is
Starfall house. This is like
yeah,
the lady we met at the beginning. This like the beautiful woman.
yeah. I mean, this place seems old, like way older than the rest of it.
Okay, so maybe she doesn't know about it.
Maybe that feels.
She probably knows about it.
She probably knows.
We shouldn't do anything dumb.
Not dumb, but I do think we should talk to this guy, whoever's in there.
You want to go talk to the manacled man in the blood dungeon?
Yeah.
The bludgeon?
Maybe he could. Thank you for saying that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't know. He could be a nice guy. We don't know. We haven't talked to him.
Okay.
Not everyone who gets locked up is a bad guy. Willem got locked up.
That doesn't help your case.
All right, wrong audience.
All right, okay. And she will pull out the lockpick and attempt to pick the lock.
Okay.
And she rolls a 24. So she's
Damn.
able to deftly, she like very quietly click, and there's a very loud boom as the heavy metal lock kind of pulls on the whatever the thing that a lock goes through, one might say. And it leaves only the like the kind of padlock for you to, no, the bolt for you to pull out and to push open.
Um,
Uh, and she
I
will
I
kind of
do.
step out of the way and allow you to go first.
Yeah,
I
I
remind
do
you that we
so.
are unarmed and I am pretty non-magical.
I got you. Yeah, keep your distance if that makes you more comfortable. I am plenty armed. I got 2 of them, so I
Okay,
should be fine.
right.
Question for Chris.
Question for
I
answer.
gave Sina one knife that I snuck in, correct?
Yes, you did. That is correct.
Cool.
Thank you for that reminder.
Yeah,
Um,
come in, stay out here. Whatever
no,
you're
no,
most
I'm not
comfortable.
letting you go into the bludgeon alone. Go, go,
Fair.
just go, just go.
Okay. I open that bolt and I open that door and I'm
All
gonna
right.
walk in.
The room is quite cool. um, and it remains quiet. As you approach the altar chair, I'm gonna call it that altar chair. It's clearly stained with old blood, and even though it is dark, almost like obsidian colored in its nature, you can still see the kind of red rust color. And you can feel free to make an investigation check as you approach and get deeper into the room. But you still have
I'll
proficiency.
try. I got a dirty 20.
Very well done. The There is recent stains to the stone altar, where blood has recently pooled, and of course, like the accumulation where your lit stone currently sits. Are you picking the stone up to dive deeper into the space?
I am.
Okay. As you lift the stone up and kind of hold it above your head and point it towards the far corner, the leg clearly gives way to an individual, a very well dressed man, with his arms lifted above his head and shackled to the stone wall. Um, his eyes do not attune to the light, and his body makes no movement as you get closer. And it is very clear at this moment that he is not alive.
Uh, oh man, you know what time it is? I cast that one thing that I like to do.
Speak with dead.
Speak with dead. Yeah.
Um, Sina just kind of like grimaces as she comes upon the body, expecting what you are about to do. And the familiar green glow exudes from your arm and your hand, and it fills the eyes of the individual, whose like head tilts just a little bit, and the eyes flutter open. As you hold the stone aloft, you can see how pallid and lifeless the face is, the color all but seemingly gone, despite the pointed ears and familiar attire of a summer Eladrin. They do not bear the copper or bronze skin color, but rather white as a ghost.
And this guy looks fresh, right?
Within reason, yeah.
Okay. Hello. Who are you?
Bertram Cooper.
Bertram Cooper. Super nice to meet you. Sorry you're dead. Sounds like a bad situation. Um, what is that? And I point to the Chalter.
Chalder. I know not of its provenance. It is only where I died.
In what manner did you die?
She took everything from me. Every last drop. Until I had nothing left to give her.
Looking at this guy, does he seem drained of blood, perhaps?
Very much so. You can see that his skin is pulled taut against the bone, and the muscles appear to almost be like constricting around it. The pallid and lack of color in his face suggests that he was completely devoid of blood. And now, investigating closely, you can see a pair of puncture wounds in
Yeah.
his neck.
Okay. Um, oh, jeez. Who killed you? Who vampired you?
Vivian Starfall.
I look at Cena.
They're just like, I. This place is terrible. Everything.
Yeah.
Always. Everyone wants to kill us.
Is that's three question? Four. That's
Four.
four.
Yeah. This is your last
Um,
question.
as I've been doing, I'm gonna kind of just defer to Cena. I'm gonna say, last question's yours.
Um, why did she kill you? 'Cause I am a man. And with that, the spell's effect fades, and he slumps once more.
Man.
And you can hear the subtle crack of bone as there is little left to prop himself up after the magic fades.
Well, this is alarming and something we should tell the others immediately.
Immediately, what are we going to do? We're going to kill a lady vampire? Lady vampires. I knew she looked too youthful.
Well, they are, you know, they're fae. They live a long time. Well, not this one in particular. This
I
one,
can't believe that
yeah.
they're like actually real. Like they're just like that. The kind of thing that you hear. Like it's a story. Everything here that is a story. Fairy tales. I get it now. Oh my god. We need to get out of here.
Yeah, let's quick looking around the room. There's something that I'm missing here, right? That's a
Um,
loaded question. I'm just gonna look for anything left that is interesting.
you can make an investigation check to
Yeah.
scan the room.
I got a 10.
You don't find anything of note beyond what you have already found. No, you're kind of like frantically casting the stone around the room, casting very long shadows in every which direction, and attempting to not step in any blood.
Okay. Um, yeah, let's regroup.
Okay. Are you just going to walk out of here and back through the mirror, or are you going to attempt to be stealthy?
I suppose we should be stealthy, like as we come out of the mirror.
Okay.
But as we're walking through the corridor, I would like to say to Sina, um, like Sina, if you could you if you like wanted to, if there was
Sina's
a
going to be
way,
locking the lock behind you
yeah,
as you talk to her.
if there was like a way to like go back, um, and have it, if the whole business with Trunchmer never happened, um, and you and I like kind of just chilled for the rest of our lives, we never really went on this whole escapade, and everything was like would that, is that something that like you would that be better?
Um, I don't really. Why are you asking this now? In the creepy
That's
flood
something I've been
dungeons.
thinking about. Sorry,
No, no, it's okay.
unrelated to the whole vampire business. It's just something I've been thinking about. I don't know.
Um, I think no. It's like one of those situations like where you don't like how you got there, but you like where you ended up.
I
I I hate everything that happened, but you don't grow during the good years. You grow during the bad ones. I don't know. I change a lot, but maybe I'm not supposed to.
That's kind of what I figured you say.
Why? It's just kind of hovering at the top of the stairs.
Yeah. It's just been something I've been thinking about.
Do you wish things were different?
Um, yes and no. I mean, I do. Would things have like objectively been better if it was, just you and I kind of, chilling and traveling around and doing deliveries and not really worrying about too much, like, yeah, I think that is a better situation than dealing with a vampire in a realm that we've never been to, and saddled with horrible, horrible, horrible purpose. But you know, it all right. Um, but yeah, I don't think I would either. I just wanted to ask.
Well, since we're asking difficult questions in weird places, what do you do after all this is done?
I kind of figured that we'd just like hang out. I don't know, maybe that's dumb, but I don't really feel the need to continue having to do things. I'm not very good at it. I don't know. Can't we just like be on a farm and like live a life?
Yeah, I think we could.
Branwen can come too.
I should hope so. Let's get out of this very weird place.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And you can go ahead and roll a stealth check.
uh, 4.
4.
4.
Okay. As you exit the mirror, the study continues to be empty, as does the art room beyond it. And you can kind of see, or rather, you do not see your companions in the ballroom, but what you do see are Lady Annalise and Lady Guinevere kind of holding court in the middle of the ballroom. Um, Willem and Branwen. The garden is rather quiet. Branwen having just been there, you recognize a few of the same individuals there. They're quite expansive given the small nature of the courtyard, that they've clearly been set up to allow for someone to walk through them for a considerable amount of time. And there are a decent number of kind of like hedgerows that afford for a brief, like kind of small stone benches, and some of them that afford you and Willem an opportunity to kind of steal away and talk.
So,
So,
talk to Calyx.
yep, he's real drunk and real sad and feels like an abject failure of a man. And then when her mom got announced, he was like, "Oh, I gotta go, duty calls." So I guess he's guarding her or something now.
Ugh, gross. That's it?
I mean, yeah, he was I tried to probe at him a little bit, but he was defensive and he was talking a lot about like, oh, you ever try to do the right thing and like you just wind up failing over and over again and feel like you're letting people down, or like, oh, a lot about being a failure, and a lot of it was way too relatable. And at the end, I was like, hey, I hope what you're looking for. And he sort of gave me a sad look and was like, me too, kid.
Okay.
I'd like to make a public self-service announcement. Please do not drink distilled water. It'll take the
Distilled
minerals
water
out
is
of the water.
literally fine. This one's very full, so it's so heavy. Yeah. Okay. So you didn't. He didn't seem to like take a shine to you. You're like young.
I mean, maybe a little bit. He did like caress my face at one point, but it wasn't like a romantic caress. It was like a "oh, you're so stupid" kind of caress.
I wouldn't even
Like
call it a caress.
"oh, everybody."
It's like
That's
a
Okay,
yeah.
let's call it a face pat.
There it
Um,
is.
because I was like, "Hey, you seem real sad," and he was like, "You're the first person to tell me that. Ha ha, fuck you." He was
okay.
joshing with me, so he still has a sense of humor, but not a very good one.
Okay. So do you think that we should take another go at him with you, or should we send in equally sad failure me?
So, Bestie, I'm not sure if you overheard me earlier, but he's guarding your mother.
Well, when he's not guarding her. You talked to him when he wasn't guarding
Yeah.
her.
Yep. But now she's here, and so is he. So, unless you know
Ugh.
how we could find him somewhere other than here, and I mean, the whole plan is off because Dunk's, shitting his brains out, and who knows what Randy is doing. He's in a secret door somewhere.
Well, he's got a problem. He probably like trains at some point, so we could probably find him at that point. I don't know. That could be a start, I guess.
Also, I know I was gonna like give him a pep talk and stuff, but I am very intoxicated and not feeling good
I
about
can
myself, so
tell.
I'm not in a good place to do that right now.
Yeah, no, I've been holding your arm as we've been walking because you keep trying to go. You keep going to the bushes, dude. Like you're.
Oh, I have to pee.
Oh, that's what you. I thought you were just drunkenly walking into a bush. Okay, yeah, go.
Is it okay if I also throw up a little?
It's probably for the best. I'll just go stand. I'll just go peek into the ballroom and see if I'm just gonna stand in the doorway of the ballroom and see if something crazy is going on or something. Hopefully, like Randy and Sina are okay and like didn't find a dead body in the basement or something.
That would be weird.
Yeah,
Imagine if there was
I
some sort of horrifying creature in this domicile besides Gwen.
like it's
Ancient
Vivian's
beyond all
house. It's
reckoning.
probably like her basement's probably filled with like glitter or something.
Is it misogynistic if I say makeup?
Yes, go throw up.
Okay. I'm gonna wander
And I'm
into the
just gonna
bushes.
go like stand in the doorway and peek on what's happening in the ballroom while he's throwing
Willem,
up.
you can make a Constitution check.
What if he's pulling trig though? What if he's doing it on purpose to sober up?
I got a 15.
Okay, you're effectively remaining at your current level of drunkenness, but you're not going to incur any like disadvantages on charisma checks. But if you were to continue
Great.
drinking, you might.
I don't think that's in the
Branwen.
cards for me at this point.
Branwen, as you re-enter the ballroom or the edge of the ballroom, you can see that dancing has resumed, and that some of the instruments appear to be kind of plucking and playing themselves again once more to a graceful pattern of the conductor and a handful of alive musicians.
And Gwen is dressaging it to the music, right?
Yes. At which point, like, you kind of see that Gwen and Annalise and a couple of the other members of the High Court, some of who you recognize, specifically you recognize. Please hold. Quentin Goldsmith, Soren Darkwill are having a conversation, the two of them. Rena Little, and you also see alongside Guinevere and your mother, Ilara Swan. And they are all kind of like generally talking to one another or around one another. Though most
Okay,
people
okay,
appear to be
okay.
attempting to kind of like be as close and like bombastic in front of the Lady Guinevere. You can also kind of see beyond them Sina and Randy kind of looking a bit alarmed as they return from the study.
Hey,
They're on the opposite
fine.
side of the room. Like you can't like say hello
Oh,
yet unless you go over to them.
I say hey to Cena in her head with a message can.
You just hear back, "Oh hey, bad again, bad
Wait, what?
body."
Please, please. You're kidding.
I'm not.
You're kidding.
No,
Like what kind?
a dead
What
one,
flavor?
a dead one,
Well, yeah.
a bloodless one.
A bloodless.
Are we
No.
there yet?
No.
No, Cena's kind of like standing across the room, and you can just like see her eyes like darting back and forth, like she's
I'm
clearly
like
having a conversation in her head.
I'm like leaning against the doorway of like the between the garden, and I'm just like, no.
Are you telling her about the vampire?
Keep your voice down.
Like, so like it's her though?
Yeah,
That's crazy. Oh, this is good shit.
it's not good shit. It's very bad shit.
Oh no, it's very bad. I don't know in any way how this is good, but it's just kind of fun to know in a really weird way. That's crazy. Get over here.
Sina will grab your arm, Randy, and kind of like pull you alongside the corner border of the ballroom towards where Branwen is standing and where Willem inevitably kind of comes over, wiping his mouth and not smelling super great, but like generally looking a little bit better than when you left him.
Oh,
What's up, buddies?
yo, there's a vampire here.
Please, let's
What?
not just like
Okay, I think you
spill
dude,
that
you gotta
word
keep
out
that
there.
down.
Yeah, like we don't want to just keep
We said
saying
it
that
in like
in our
telepathy, so that was
heads.
fine. Yeah,
Oh,
no, you can say it not out loud. You can tell me. I'll
Okay.
message Randy. You can tell me if I'm talking in your head.
all right. Well, what if we like made like a code word?
Yeah, I think
Ooh.
that's a good idea. How about instead of vampire, we say apple?
Oh, that's good, man. Yeah, we should say apple.
You're at the top of your game right now,
Apple.
Willem.
Oh, I just threw up, so feeling good.
That's great. Um, I think I need more alcohol.
Okay.
Oh,
And I
So, um, Branwen, are apples common here, or are you more like peach people?
wait. What are peaches?
it's another kind of
I don't
fruit.
know. I'm naming fruits.
All right. Here's my hot take.
Oh boy.
Should we do anything about this?
Oh,
No.
We should
big
just like
picture.
let this be,
Brandon was
right?
literally
Like,
just talking about the bigger
No.
picture.
I'm trying to find
This
out
could
if
be
vampires or sorry, apples are evil though.
Jesus. Okay. This could be potentially really good black man material, but not right now.
We're gonna
Right now,
blackmail her. She seems like really cool. I
if
can't
it
believe.
comes to that, if it comes to that,
Hey,
like we just got
what if
we just got like a grenade in our pocket, and it's like
oh,
we could throw this at some point, but we're not gonna right now. So much
also
shit has been grenades.
hates men.
Okay.
That's
that
the
will
other thing.
explain her disgust when I licked her hand?
You licked her hand?
That was
You
just
were there for
weird
that.
that you did
Yeah,
that.
I went down to give her a kiss and a little bit.
I didn't know that you tongued her hand.
Oh, let's not use that
It
word.
was a light
Yeah, I
tonguing.
felt gross coming out. Ugh.
Okay,
Okay.
the way I see it, we have a couple of options, right? We just
Yes.
pretend that we saw nothing, and this changes nothing. 2, we keep this in the back of our minds, and if we ever need something from her, Brandon's right, we have blackmail
Exactly that one.
material, and we hope that she's not one of like the ones from the stories that are super powerful and could kill us all.
Yeah,
Twiggy.
what if she's evil and eating kids or something?
No, she's
We
eating
didn't see
one
any
man.
kids. We saw a man, and we
Right
don't.
now, I mean,
And
you didn't see the bone
I mean,
piles.
I mean,
I mean, logically speaking, kids don't have as much blood.
that's one way to look at it, dear.
Well, that's like saying, why would you ever eat a snack when you could just eat a meal?
The other
Sometimes you just need
option
a little almonds or something to tide you over.
is I could look upstairs and try to learn more.
Sounds like you kind of want to do that.
I don't want to do that, but I haven't gotten to sneak around in a really long time.
Hmm. I can make you invisible if you want to be invisible as a treat.
That would be pretty cool. Because right now we don't necessarily have proof. It's just our word against hers, and she's pretty popular by the looks of it.
And also, our word means
Then
jack
what it
here.
is with you people and proof. We could just zone of truth you. It's proof.
People can pass zone of truth, not
Yeah.
me, but other people.
They can also just like
And
choose
like they
not
don't
to say
necessarily.
anything,
Yeah.
which nobody's done so far. Weirdly enough,
I bet it's kind of freeing, you know? I don't know.
could be.
Maybe
Couldn't be me.
as super fun as you sneaking around sound, I'm scared that that's kind of super risky.
I think this is good knowledge. This is good knowledge that we should keep in our back
I
pocket.
mean, we're already in a danger zone right now. My mom and Gwen are here.
Maybe
I
Yeah,
think
should
we should
just
play it
leave.
safe.
what if we? No, that's
There's
dumb.
free food here. The food's pretty good.
Also, there's Calyx and the
Yeah.
plan.
We're not gonna
Yeah,
break
do I
him
need
in
to
one
talk to
night.
that guy?
What?
We're not gonna change his mind in one night. He's an alcoholic. That
I
doesn't
know,
just
but we
change
can.
overnight.
Oh, that's not the part we're working on changing.
Okay.
What's our end game with this guy
To
again?
change it long term.
It's a long-term plan.
We want him to help us find Amar and
And
fight
does he-
against bad
certain
people.
certain powers that be want him to stay as he is now. So that means if we can at least give him some kind of motivation or goal, that will work against their plans.
Okay, so we have to cure his alcohol. No, let me talk to him. I'll cure his alcoholism.
Well,
Hey, Randy, I don't know if you take suggestions, but maybe don't lead with, "Hey, I'm gonna cure your alcoholism."
I would never lead with that. Do I look like I have, like, do it? I'm really good at talking to people.
You
I
often
mean,
say what's on your mind very
well, so
directly,
let's-
as
Sina
do
let's-
I.
loudly clears her throat as the Lady Guinevere approaches.
no, no,
Um,
put her back. Put her on the other side of the room, Chris. You're God. You can do this.
And as she approaches, she goes, "Ah, the honored guests. Customarily, it is tradition to come and greet, and of course, bow before the keeper of the Verdant Throne."
I don't tend to bow before people who killed me, but like, it's cool that you're full of yourself.
I will bow, but A, maintaining eye contact, and B, a fraction not as low as it should be.
Got it.
Where
You-
most
have-
people wouldn't be able to see it, but I think Gwen might be able to.
Got it. Sina will kind of follow your lead, Branwen. Willem, what are you doing?
I will maintain eye contact and say, "I would quite literally rather die."
Oh, that can certainly be arranged. But Willem, oh dear, and she's gonna kind of reach out and like pinch at your cheek.
Oh no!
And it's just, you seem distempered. You tense and oh, the color is gone from your eyes. Did something happen? Are you all
Oh,
right,
he's
dear?
super drunk.
I would have assumed you would have been here thrilled given your great conquest in the Autumn Court. Hagsbane. How delicious.
Your sister certainly seemed to think so.
Ah, of course. Well, she was getting tiresome, and she was funny a lot, but unfortunately, humor doesn't always fix everything. It all just
Did I trouble you? Private word.
private word. Of course. Please, let's walk the gardens. Dear. And she's going to turn to you, Branwen.
Yep. I'm not
This-
doing. Brandon's not doing whatever I'm doing.
Perhaps you should fetch your mother. There was this odd situation in the palace, rats in the walls. she would be very good to talk to about doubling our security efforts. It's a shame. It's very difficult to find people that are capable these days. Come, Willem. And she'll reach out a hand for you to take.
I will take it
And she
and
will.
walk
No.
wherever she leads.
She leads
Um,
you back into the gardens.
very quickly, I would like to send a message to Willem and say, "Yo, you good?" Like, do you
Never
need
better.
I turn to Bran when I go, Drunko has a plan, so I think we're fine.
What? That's
He didn't,
literally a worst case scenario.
so we should definitely like sneak behind them or something. I don't know. We got to do something here. I don't know.
Oh. Is
Okay.
it gonna be super obvious if one of us follows behind Willem and Gwen?
You can certainly try.
Who do we want to go? Who do we want to go?
Didn't you say something about invisibility?
I smack the side of his head.
You're
Kidding, I
making
just do a little.
Randy invisible?
Oh, me? Oh, okay.
I appreciate that we all had the same
And
reaction.
Okay.
All
You know
right.
what? Fuck it, we all yell.
I guess I'm the only one who can do anything if shit goes sour.
All
All
right.
right, cool.
I'm just gonna do the thing to his face and then cast invisibility.
Oh fuck. All right.
I do it without thinking. I'm like, that probably wasn't the best.
Sina's just shaking her head like over and over.
He said invisibility. Okay, sorry, I panicked. Okay,
Hey,
okay.
how long does this last?
An hour,
Yeah, it's
and
plenty
or
of
until
time.
you attack somebody or cast a spell.
Nah, I'm still here. Just kidding. And I'll be right back. Yeah. Is there are look look, I'll use a sending slot to contact you
I
if something goes real
love
bad.
how I love how scared this is making you both.
If something goes bad, I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine. And I'm gonna walk away and go
Branwen's just standing there like this.
follow Willem.
All right. Give me just a second here.
You meant that you wanted invisibility.
I just said you have invisibility.
You have invisibility,
You know
right?
what?
Okay, blah, blah.
No, you're getting punished for this one.
Gotta bring out the water. Hydro homies.
Hydro.
Okay. Willem, you are guided by your hand into the gardens. And she'll kind of walk in silence for just a moment before finally breaking through the silence. So, the Autumn Court. Always thought it was such a drab place. So much death and decay. And so much Talia for my tastes. But I did hear some rather interesting things happen there recently. Care to share any tales?
Did you?
Indeed.
Well, what have you heard?
Well, of course, the Talia's no more. But I'd much rather hear it from the horse's mouth than anything else.
You were there.
But there is more to tell,
Are
I
you not?
imagine. Yes. What happened?
I mean,
You lingered.
certainly.
Old Hallow was a good time for you then?
It was okay. Certainly not the best time of my life. You know Talia no more, but what else have you heard? Just Curious.
I just heard about a wild hunt. A new lord is certainly intriguing. Where is that friend of yours?
Certainly. Oh, I think he ate something rotten here. Uh, food didn't quite agree with him.
I see.
Yeah, though, it was very interesting. I heard rumors about blood of bark and I don't know, a plan to kill Archfey, render them mortal. That certainly sounds interesting. I wouldn't know anything about that though.
So it's true. This is good. I appreciate you sharing this information with me.
Well, considering it's your plan, I would have figured you would know that already.
You give me too much credit, dear. I knew nothing of it. And it is worrisome. The Earl King has been a bit of a thorn in our sides, as have you, unfortunately. Have you given any thought to perhaps changing sides?
Oh, you mean the thing that you had your pet say to me? She's nice, by the way. You really know how to pick 'em.
Which one? I have quite a few.
Terrifying beyond all measure.
Ah, ah, the Lady
Oh,
Annalise, of course.
Annalise.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
she is brilliant. Everything I would have hoped you could be. But instead, you have turned out to be,
yeah.
without a doubt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
I was simply going to remark that her talents for manipulation are second only to your own, so it would seem.
um, you remain my most frustrating creation. All the desire for do-goodery and justice, pretending that you could live without something you had to kill. And of course, you think you're so much bigger than you are when you reveal the things I had hoped you would find all along. You can hate me all you want, but I brought you into this world. I learned for centuries of mistakes from people who were so down on their luck and downtrodden to people who wanted to challenge me for my own power. So I molded you in my own image, and I brought the flames down around you just as they were brought down on me. I thought that living like a rat, as you did, would finally turn you to me, but I only see that it soured you. No matter. You can think that you know everything. You can think that you hold all the cards, but sooner or later you'll find you don't have the winning hand.
Funny you should mention me thinking I know everything. You see, throughout all of this, I'd really have one question, which is, what are you playing at? What is it you want? Revenge? Power? Conquest?
D, all of the above?
Why do all of this?
Why not? I was. Hmm. It's true. It was revenge for a while. And I still want that. They slip from my fingers, but I'll get it eventually. I've taken everything from them. All that's left is their life. The Earl King makes it easier for me, to be sure. He is a nuisance, of course, but nothing we can't handle. Conquest,
So it
yes.
was here then.
What's that?
They put you on the pyre the first time? It was here?
It was.
Thank you for sharing. Please go on.
What else is there to know?
Conquest.
Oh, well, an entire realm at my
Power.
beck and call. Power, all I've ever wanted. But I won't lie. It's soured a bit without someone to share it with. Annalise, capable confidant. But she's not someone that you leave a legacy to. No. You leave a legacy to someone of blood. You're my blood. And of course, with everything I've ever wanted, I can always start again. But why bother? Why go through all the work? It seems you've learned quite a bit. You've proven yourself quite capable. Why not just stop fighting and give in to your better demons?
Well, there's the whole part about you bringing down the house around my parents and taking everything I ever loved from me, for one thing.
Are they really
Lying to
your
me about who
parents?
you were, and they erased me.
Hmm. They didn't
Are you
want you.
going to tell me you're my mother, as I was about to say that you lied to me about who you were and slept with me under false pretenses?
Well, things can get pretty sticky when you think about them like that. But yes, in the greater scheme of things, I
They did get
raised you.
very sticky that night.
I was the voice inside your head. I was the person guiding you towards power. Your parents didn't want you, dear. Yes, they made sure that you were fed. They made sure that you had clothes on your back, but you are who you are because of me. You can rue the fact that we are so very much alike, but at the end of the day, we are so very much alike.
I am so much more than you made me.
If that's what you need to tell yourself to sleep at night, that's fine, dear. I had hoped that you would
Well,
be amenable.
and I'll sleep a bit more soundly knowing that you can never have the one thing you really want. So you can think about all the victories that you're going to heap upon yourself, all the power and control that you'll have. But I was the one who said no, and I know that is going to burn you from today until the last breath you take.
You think very highly of yourself. And kudos to you for doing so. Everyone should feel like they're something. But I assure you that without me, you are nothing more than a pathetic whelp in armor telling themselves that they are a warrior, a harbinger of justice. But I think you'll find that I am quite resilient compared to my sisters, Willem. You can hope to kill me all you want. Hope dies here. You could attempt to depose me, you can attempt to threaten me, but the fact of the matter is, here I sit, keeper of the verdant throne, and for the last 112 years the Dawn God have sworn their oaths to the Lavender Parlor, the order that I now run, an entire army at my call. You turn your blade against me, your pathetic friends turn your blade against me, you'll die. Turn their minds against me, they'll lose everything. Everything this court is, was, and can be will crumble without the Dawn God. Such a funny thing. Honor, duty, oaths, all that jazz. What's left when they're all broken? Nothing but empty words. Just like you. The gardens are lovely this
I'm
time
sure
of
your
night.
sisters thought that before I killed them too. See, you can posture all you want, but things are changing here. Your sisters once thought themselves immortal. They're dead. The Archfey once thought themselves immortal. It seems that might not be the case anymore. Why are you so confident that you're different?
I don't necessarily think I'm different, just better. Do you think you can defeat me and an army all by yourself? In a moment, I
I'll
could
find
have
a
you
way.
killed. Right here. Right now.
So do it.
Thank you for the permission.
You could have done it when I killed your first sister or your second. You could have done it any time I rejected your offers, but you haven't yet. I don't think you will. I don't think you want to. I think you still have hope, delusion that I'll join you one day.
I don't.
I have a counter offer for you, Gwen.
Interesting.
You see, we are more alike than I would probably care to admit, and I've come to realize about myself under the bravado, under the desire to do good, under all of it. There is anger.
Yes.
Red hot, burning anger. The same anger that, whether or not you want to admit it, I can see drives you. And so I have a counteroffer for you. At the end of this, only one of us left standing. The world burns around us if it has to. You and me, blood and bone, sweat and steel.
And why would I do a silly thing like that?
Oh, it's not so much you would do that. I'm just telling you that's going to happen. You could either accept it or fight against it. I am going to be the one that ends you, or you'll be the one that ends me.
I plan on it. A shame,
I look forward to it.
but I plan on it. It really is. There's a reason I like you. And there's a reason I keep you around. Your conversations amuse me. I could tell you something, but I think I'll just let you find out for yourself. Enjoy the rest of the party.
I'm sure when I
Wait, wait,
find
wait,
out,
wait, 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 wait,
it will
wait, wait,
be
wait. I would like to read her mind
Okay.
about that specific thing.
What is that specifically?
I want to know what she's keeping from us, and
What's
also just
what is the ability? Is there a check
oh,
involved?
yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
And are you casting detect thoughts?
Um, basically, yeah.
Okay, so you will no longer be invisible as you cast this spell. And
Well, it's not
what
my spell of invisibility.
but it stays until the individual casts, the
It's
person who's
channel divinity, so it's not casting a spell. I assume.
um
Let me.
what is the DC?
I'm looking
Um,
up invisibility right now.
the DC would be a.
The spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell. So this is DM ruling.
Channel Divinity is an action or bonus action, not technically a spell
Yeah,
like attack.
I'll let you remain invisible.
Okay,
Oh, that's
cool.
crazy.
What
Let
is
me.
the DC?
I believe it is 16.
Okay. Hold on. Pull
I
up.
think she can probably pass that.
Probably.
Do they feel that you are attempting to do this
No,
if they pass the test?
they don't.
Okay.
I
You are
can still read its surface thoughts.
okay. Surface thoughts are there. So surface thoughts, as you probe her mind, you're getting a bit of not impressed, but beguiling respect for Willem at the surface level. But her surface thoughts all revolve around Colette Foxbriar.
What? No. Hate.
And
Okay.
she will leave you there standing in the garden, Willem.
I'm gonna go to the bushes and throw up again. And then I'll go back inside, I guess.
Okay.
I will follow Willem inside.
And you all reunite at the doorway to the gardens.
This
Hey,
you son of a
besties.
bitch.
Yeah.
Me and while you all were gone, me and Sina just did another dance. It's fine.
Make a performance check. There is a.
Oh
Look at how fucking cute this is.
It is really cute.
We're doing a dancey dance. It's so cute. Performance is a 17.
And Cena rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
Killing it at the dances tonight. A number of people pause around you to applaud, including Ilara Swan, hold on. A young noblewoman with pale skin and raven black hair that you do not recognize. And Quentin Goldsmith give you a loving, like an appreciative nod.
If while we're dancing, I will dip her and kiss her, and it's so cute.
Cute. Make a perception check.
That is a 19.
As you come up from the kiss and she is still dipped, you can make direct eye contact with your mother, who glares at you from across the ballroom.
I'm just gonna wink at her.
You're human whore.
I'm just gonna wink at her.
You can see, given your keen elven eyes and your keen perception, her grip tightens around the goblet that she currently clutches.
And we keep dancing.
All right. At the end of your dance, you can see that Willem and Randy have returned from the gardens.
Oh, do I see Randy behind me?
Randy, have you dropped your invisibility?
Yeah.
He kind of appears next to you.
What the fuck?
Willem, that was.
Where'd you come
awesome.
from?
Oh, I was invisible near you and listening to the whole thing. It was very cool. You're nice job, dude. Also, her brain.
Uh,
She thought of. She's thinking about Colette a whole lot.
When he finds out, the look on his face will be sweeter than any fruit. Something like that. I don't like that, Randy. Randy, I don't like that, and I need you to convince me not to do something really stupid right now.
Oh, I like realize what I've told him and what the implications of that are, and I like look at Branwen and I'm like, like, I
I'm
look.
just coming back from dancing.
Oh, so she
What?
is.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Bramwin is not quite here yet.
Yeah, I think that's
Um,
fun for dramatic.
Well, for a lot of reasons that I think should be obvious at this point, please don't kill
We're gonna keep
Colette.
that on the DL. No.
Yeah. Well, I do think Brandon should know.
Unless,
Unless.
well, why don't you tell her then?
Okay.
Hi, Branwen.
Wait, I low key am giving permission for them to scheme. Can I do that?
Sure.
I'm still dancing.
Oh,
Chris, you can
if
decide. Give
she
them a little
tries
bit longer, and you can decide when I come back.
Okay.
if she tries to hurt one of us, one of you, I'll probably have to try really hard not to kill her.
I mean, we kind of came to the
Do you think
conclusion
she's
before where if she did kind of come at us and turn out to be working with Hag, which we're pretty sure that she's not doing, right? Like
I
pretty
mean,
damn sure.
she drank the truth potion and said she wasn't willingly or knowingly or something like that. I don't exactly remember the verbiage, but I was convinced she wasn't, but I'm very easy to fool.
I feel like she might be perhaps manipulated in other ways beyond her consent.
And if that is the case, I would very much like to make her not that anymore, because the whole manipulation and no consent thing is sort of my whole beef with Gwen, in addition to the parent killing.
Yeah, she's not a good person.
No, a bad person. By the way, did you hear all of that?
Yeah.
So whoever burned her the first time is still alive, and she wants revenge on them. And I think we should be friends with whoever burned her the first time. And I think that this is the stupid thing, is maybe I use that Vizier card and find out who that was and where they are and how I can be their friend.
Do we know? No, never mind.
Context clues.
What?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not there.
Steph, that's the assumption. Yeah. I'm thinking too.
Okay.
I think at this point, Branwen
I'm
has
not.
returned. The music has clearly faded,
Yo,
and she.
yo.
Hey,
Hey, bestie.
Okay, hate that energy. What? Did you survive? Are you
things went really well.
I'm alive. I threw up again. God, she's so evil.
in a good way or a bad way?
There's no good way to be evil, Branwen.
No, good way of was you throwing up a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, I did it because I was nervous beyond all reckoning, but I like stood up to her, kind of like how you probably stood up to her mom. Randy said it was cool.
It was cool. I will concede. Yo, Brenwyn, I have a thing to tell you.
What? Is it a good thing? I feel like it's not a good thing.
No, it's really
It's
bad.
not a good thing.
And we don't have any definite answers, which kind of makes it worse. So when I was invisible, I did a little mind reading on Gwen. Think probably good idea. Um, so she was thinking about Colette a whole lot.
Yeah,
Just
and at the end of our conversation, there's like, oh, there's something I could tell you, but I won't.
this doesn't mean anything per se. However, I think it is good to be cautious and aware that something might be going on without Colette's knowledge. Because we're pretty damn sure that she's not doing this willingly.
Isn't she supposed to be here?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find her. I'm gonna go find her.
Hey, maybe listen, I understand the impulse, but maybe don't. Maybe rushing into a trap.
Trap at a party?
Maybe dangerous. Oh yeah, because nobody has ever heard of a trap at a party in a place that has a spooky dungeon with a guy who has no blood left.
No,
With
I'm going to find my
an
sister. I'm
arch
going to find my
hag.
sister right
Hey,
now.
do you want backup?
I don't care. I'm just gonna take off.
Oh, this is
Yeah, I
such a bad
I
idea.
gotta I take off after.
Yep. I look at Sina and I'm just like, go, and follow behind.
Branwen, make an investigation check.
I was hoping for a Will and Sina episode.
Yeah, same.
What did you say?
I was hoping for a Willem and Sina episode.
That's only
I
a
don't think we would
10.
leave you alone.
No, it makes sense.
What did you roll, Bramley?
10.
You frantically bounce from room to room and do not see your sister as you kind of like make your way between the dining room, the ballroom, the study, and the cocktail room, as well as the garden once more. Inevitably, you collide quite literally with Vivian, who kind of like jumps with a start as you kind of like run into the back of her and she's, "Oh, oh,
Sorry,
my
sorry.
lady, is everything all right?"
Sorry, no, I'm just looking for my sister. Have you seen her? She was supposed to be here.
Courtney, Colette.
Yes.
Colette is not here. Um,
What?
no, she was supposed to be working the party. Um, Calix said she was indisposed. Indisposed is the right word.
Okay.
Walter is the sorry, Lord Walter is here. Perhaps you could ask him.
Okay.
Are you all right,
Yeah.
dear? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's just weird being back,
Are,
you know.
are you having a good time? I would hate it if you weren't
You
having a good time.
you're honestly throwing a great party.
Thank you, my dear. Are you sure there's nothing I can do for you?
No, I'm good. It's I haven't been in this big of a crowd in a very long time, so.
I understand. Perhaps I could introduce you to someone who might make a new connection. Anyone here you're looking to meet?
Oh, no, if you could just point me toward Walder.
I believe
Um,
I saw him in the dining room last.
okay.
If
Thank
you
you.
need a place to lie down, let me know. My room is always open to you, dear.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you.
Of
Um,
course.
I'll keep that in mind.
She kind of sees the rest of you like run up behind Branwen, kind of panting a little bit. "Oh, my honored guests, you surely there's something I can do for you. You all look positively bereft."
Willem is just going to point at her and go, Apple!
Apples? I'm more than
No,
happy to get you apples.
he's extremely drunk.
Oh,
That's a woman, Willem.
Oh, please. You needn't address me as a lady. I'm Vivian. We honored guests of mine are all willing to
I
address
have
me.
a very short anecdote. Um, at work, there's a couple of like dogs that like help sniff out evidence and stuff. And there was one time one of the dogs walked past, and like the handler was also walking past. I was like, "Oh my gosh, look at a puppy!" And my coworker who's sitting at the other side of the table did not see the dog because it was behind the table, and she just goes, "Steph, that's a man."
That's very funny.
That's a man. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
That's okay.
I will just wordlessly like try to bow and probably do a really bad job at it.
Well, um, and she'll turn to you, Randy, and she goes, and of course, I heard earlier that you might be interested in a tour of the manor.
I am.
Yes, one of my stewards told me that you were looking around and that you might be interested in a tour.
Um, I would not say no to that. Maybe not right this moment. We're kind of looking for Colette.
Perfectly understandable. Find me anytime, and of course, all of you are always welcome at the Starfall Manor.
Hey, who are all those guys on the wall, the paintings? They don't look very happy. Men should smile more.
Men should smile more. They are benefactors of the Starfall Society, patrons of the arts.
Oh, you got a whole society?
And just, it's a foundation of sorts. We support impromptu and experimental theatre at the Palais Garnier. I'm sure you've met Mr. Feathersby and Mr. Townsend. Um,
Oh yeah.
we also support art and the firmament, and to a lesser extent the Lexi Conclave and the Ashenmore. And they are people who I raise money from, and I gift them with a portrait in the home where so many of the fine parties and gatherings of Hyla occur, the Starfall Manor.
That's cool. I like art. I'm pretty good at poetry.
By all means, I would love to hear it.
I'm a little out of practice, but I could do a little. Apples fall from the tree. Too many apples. I can't see. It's dark in here, where the apple might have rolled. Red as blood. Um, this poem's about apples.
Make an insight check.
That ass, that
An
was actually
insight.
pretty good until that last line.
Uh, oh shit, 21.
She is kind of hanging on like every word, like she's clearly like intrigued as you go through it, but like you catch a quick cringe as you like get to the final stanza where you clearly lost a little bit, and she just goes,
Yeah, I'm working on the ending. It's not quite finished yet.
fantastic
Work in
improv.
progress.
Simply, you must come by for tea, and we will discuss any creative work that you'd like to do. The Starfall Society would gladly sponsor the Hearthkeeper's Ward to have work sponsored and placed in onto one of our galleries would be divine. Divine. Truly divine.
Yeah, I'll reach out for a collab.
By all means. But please, don't let me interrupt you. This is your night, and I do hope you can find your sister. Please, if she's worried about the fact that she did not show up for work, tell her no hard feelings. We have more than enough Dawn Guard here to take care of ourselves, and my own household guard.
Apple.
Terrific.
Again,
And she will just kind of turn around.
I'm
at
doing
this
my
point.
best to also do a bad smile.
She's
Thinking
just
about
gonna kind of
mentioning
Wait,
smile.
wait, wait. That's the smile you're doing. That's what that face I just made right there.
she's just kind of nod and turn around back to her the person that she is talking to, and she'll actually just kind of quickly do. Oh, and of course, if you have any interest.
Vampires can sneeze?
Excuse me. And she's, if you have any interest, I would love to introduce you to my compatriot here, Paquin Anne, who is a lovely. Do you get that reference?
Is that a True
What's the
Blood
name?
reference? Is that a goddamn True Blood reference?
It's
is it
it's.
True Blood reference?
I don't think so. I've never
That's
seen
the
True
name
Blood.
of the main actress is Anna Paquin.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'll be honest. I didn't know that, but it is named after Anna Paquin. I was thinking of yeah. She
What
is
are
a
you thinking of?
almost famous. She is a strikingly beautiful dryad with vibrant green hair, and she's wearing a very fashionable, eye-catching gown adorned with floral patterns and sparkling emeralds down the side. And she will extend a
Is a
hand.
dryad wearing floral patterns like a human wearing a dress made of ears?
Kind of. And she was just like, please, the pleasure's all mine. But I won't interrupt if you all have somewhere to
Brutal.
be.
Look at Branwen.
Sister finding mission.
By all means. All right, you all are off in search of Colette still? You're gonna head to the dining room?
I'm heading to the dining room to find Walder.
Okay.
I don't know what they're doing.
Are you all
Yeah, I'm
following?
following.
Okay.
I'm
As
just,
you,
as we're running, gonna be like, hey, sorry about all the Apple shit.
yeah, Sina's gonna look at you and just go, Dad, keep it together. God, I understand that you just had like a momentous moment in your relationship with your,
Mom.
thank you, but
Mom,
like,
nemesis,
keep it together.
one-time sexual partner.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
We're all tied.
Roll Tide. uh, we like people
Hey,
from Alabama.
can't you just like cast sending and see where she's at?
You
Who
are
are you
so
talking
smart,
to?
Randy.
To you,
You've been
Branwen.
doing you do it a lot.
I'm not with them.
They rushed after you, I presume.
We're following you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talked to Vivian, left. They talked to Vivian for however long that was.
Oh, okay. So you left alone. Got
Oh, I
it.
didn't know that.
Nor did
Yes.
I.
Oh,
Well,
I thought we were just with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would not
that's
want
not how I
I would not
took
leave
it
Branwen.
at all.
I don't
Well,
I guess
Chris,
maybe for trapped in a conversation. It's
yeah, I
fine.
think more Branwen left you, and you didn't really
Got it.
notice. Branwen, you enter the dining room and see a gaggle of individuals gathered around one of the side tables along the stained glass windows. And you kind of hear like faint yelps, followed by vocal yet kind of restrained and like still like reformed laughter, like ha ha ha. Ha. As you near, because Walder's kind of standing behind it, staring over it with a discerning eye. You can see the table, which previously during your last venture in here played host to kind of wines and brandies, have all been pushed aside, and a small pewter dish sits at the center, which is currently ablaze with a soft orange flame. And the few lords and ladies around it are like sticking their hands into the flames, filled with nuts and raisins, and attempting to kind of pull them out of the bowl.
what the fuck is this? I will just sidle up to Walder
Oh,
and telepathically in his head
my lady,
ask, sorry, why isn't Colette here?
Um, I don't know. I was kind of hoping you might know. I thought it might be because of your spat, but I haven't seen or heard from her in a bit.
And how long?
She said she wasn't feeling well last night, and that was the last I heard from her.
Do you want to go for a walk? Will you walk with me?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Um,
I'll say that
most of
Randy and
this,
company kind of arrive in the dining room as you see Branwen and Walder walk out.
I would like to say something in Randy's brain with the tooth.
Sina has the tooth.
Sina has the tooth.
Oh, I will say something in Sina's brain with the tooth. Hey, are we sure Squishy Head isn't evil?
Sina just goes. She can't reply, right?
Nope. Out loud she can.
She will turn to you and go, "No, do you want me to follow them?"
Most definitely.
I kind of
Um,
feel like this is maybe a Branwen and Walder conversation.
I don't want to
I feel like they
eavesdrop
haven't
on
had
them.
Well, hey, oh, sorry, Randy. I asked Sina in her brain if Squishy Head was maybe evil.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. He seems like an okay guy.
Oh, and there's no reason whatsoever he would want to like hurt Brenwyn or have revenge on her or like anything like that. Yeah.
He's the reason Brandon's here
Um
at all.
yeah, he's I-
This I'm saying is people here love their revenge, and I'm worried, but okay.
We can trust her.
If you want to
yeah,
respect her privacy, we can respect her privacy.
Tina, if you feel cool with it, I think we'd kind of just let her be. However, I do think that I I'm gonna cast sending and contact Colette. I
Okay.
know we haven't really talked, so it might be kind of weird, but
Alrighty. But what do you? What is the range on sending? Sending is no range, right? It can be anywhere.
Yeah, I think so.
What
You
are
can
you
be
saying?
transported.
Well, why don't you write
Uh,
your message and we'll turn to Branwen and Walter.
cool, 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 cool.
Are you all right?
Um,
And he will like put out his arm to afford you the opportunity to kind of cross arms with him.
I will take his arm. I know what you did for me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know that I was going to be killed and you stopped it. I'm saying this telepathically. I
Okay.
don't know how you knew that. But if there's anything else you know, I need you to tell me. Because Colette is wrapped up in something and I can't tell if she knows that she is or not.
I don't know much. I know what she's trying to do. And for what it's worth, we're not. She was there for me after it all went down and after you left or
Oh,
had to leave.
you two. That's fine.
No, it's important,
Okay.
but we're not. Like she's still wary of telling me things given my role, and I know what she's trying to do. And the very fact that I know that Amar is not here is the Queen does not know.
Have you seen the Queen?
The last time I was in in Ivern, yes,
When was that?
8 months ago.
So she's still around?
Sure.
And
What?
you know it was her.
The 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 Queen of Winter, yes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
Okay. Sorry, I'm just conflicting information, but please go on.
What do you mean?
Oh gosh. Gotta check my notes again. Am I just completely misremembering this, Chris? That
Potentially a little bit. You would remember that the Queen
Mhm.
came back to public life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it, never mind. Okay. She did come back to okay, I was
Yeah.
misremembering that entirely.
She was missing for about 9 months.
Awesome. Oh yeah. Or no, it was slightly longer because it was
Right.
more baby.
Yes.
It's more baby. Sorry, no, yeah, no,
Um,
please go on.
but my father told me that they were going to have you killed, and that it was justice. And when I remarked that the summer court doesn't kill people the same way some of the other courts do, he said that I was right. The history of the summer court is not traditionally taught, but you have a pact with an archdevil that affords for a certain relationship. Eternal summer, for one. But the other side of things requires a debt to be paid. And when people reach such a crime, of which I do not agree, then they are sacrificed. That is not something I would wish on my own worst enemy, let alone someone I once loved. So yes.
Thanks for not letting me be sacrificed.
Well,
That really would have sucked. You know that Virgo guy?
I had heard tell of another.
Yeah.
All this is to say, I don't really know much of what you're asking me. I know Colette keeps her secrets, and I know she is very
What do
happy you're
you
back, but she's just worried that you know what
what do you
happens
know of
when a Dawn Guard breaks their oath.
Chris do I? Chris do I?
You would.
And what is that?
That they lose all of their power and then some, where they're effectively like sapped of the ability to be and physically move. Um, and like her effectively drained of all vitality. And so, Branwen, you know the Winter Queen holds no regard for this place. And she is quite content to watch as you are taken over by a snake in the garden.
Do you know what that snake is? Do you know exactly what she is?
I don't, and to be perfectly honest, it doesn't matter. I know what people like her are capable of, and
She's manipulating Colette in some way, and I don't know if Colette knows. And I don't know how.
I think she's manipulating a lot of people.
No, you
Branwen, do you understand
there
the scale of what's happening here?
oh, you have no idea.
The entire Dawn Guard is sworn to her.
Not the entire Dawn Guard.
Anyone who holds an oath to Amar in the Lavender Parlor holds an oath to her.
But if Amar was back,
If Amar was back.
do you have any idea on where Colette might be tonight?
Home? The barracks? I've tried reaching out to her, but she won't respond.
Shit. Okay, I might go find her.
Do you want me to come with you?
I've got a bunch of idiots that are probably going to come with me, whether I want them to or not.
Fair enough.
I don't want to expose you to them.
Keep you posted. And Branwen, don't thank me. You didn't deserve what happened to you.
Neither did you.
I'm sorry.
As am I.
He'll kind of lean back as though welcoming a hug.
I will give him a very awkward hug.
He returns it in awkward, and you're immediately brought back to like how physically cold he is. You kind of like
Ah, but I'm also
recoil a
very
little.
warm, so
Yeah.
we're just both like, whoa.
You like recoil a little bit at the touch, and he kind of like pushes you away, like he like ah, just like old times. And he will kind of give an awkward head nod.
Let me know if you think of anything else that might be
Branwen,
helpful.
is the water friend to friend? Is the water over your head?
Always.
Good luck.
I give him a short little bow.
Randy, your message to Colette.
Hey girl, hey. Yo, it's Randy. Kinda hoping you're gonna be at party. You good? Where you at? We can help if you need. Beware Gwen.
You receive no response.
No, Chris. Chris, I'm going to end your life.
As a last ditch effort, I'm going to cast Locate Creature on Colette. Even though it doesn't have a very long, it's only 1,000 feet of range.
Yeah, you do not sense her within 1,000 feet of you in any direction.
I regroup with them.
I look panicked.
What is that face?
Colette's gone. I sent
What do you mean?
sending. She didn't reply. Um, uh, Locate creature. She's not around. I don't know. I don't have any
This
more
could
tricks
be
up my sleeve.
this could be, hey, I know the temptation, assume the worst, but this could be like the anti-magic thing where you couldn't talk to me. So maybe she's okay.
I could scry.
Maybe.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. I'm gonna scry on her.
Like, what are the specifications of scry?
It is a wisdom save 17, and they don't based on based on like if I know them slash would I be firsthand or familiar with the target?
You've met Colette, so it's firsthand at this
Yeah.
point.
Well, do I know the target well?
Yes.
Okay. They get and I know I don't have anything from them, but I do have Branwen. Does that count as a likeness?
No.
Does
Okay.
Branwen have anything of Colette's?
Yeah.
Maybe they exchange
I don't
sisterly
think right.
gifts.
I have
Yes.
the family sword.
You also have the book.
Do I have that with me for this gala, though?
Assuming you brought a bag, right? Women always have bags.
That's true. If you're saying I do, then I
One
do.
thing I know about women.
Okay.
I just
Then
have bags.
she gets a -9 on this wisdom
Okay.
saving.
And it's 17.
If she is, yeah, it's 17, and they can fail it voluntarily if they'd wish.
Well, they don't know they're being scried upon, right?
Mm, no,
They
It's
failed.
so unclear.
Yeah,
but
she
if they
failed.
want to be observed, then they can
Yeah.
uh fail it. It's basically it's a state of mind, I guess, of what she's in.
Okay. Um, and
Just
so
like New York.
as as you let your mind kind of wander to Colette's presence, you feel and see the same or a familiar kind of chill and coolness, dampness and darkness, similar to what you felt below the Starfall Manor, um, fill the air. It is an unfamiliar place, but just based on kind of like the scene before you, of kind of shields and swords that bear the crest and insignia of the Dawn Guard, um, it is very clearly apparent to you that it is some form of prison. And as you kind of pull away from the subject and have the opportunity to review Colette, you can find that she is just completely slumped against a cool cobblestone wall, um, iron bars surrounding the space, to the point where like her head feels almost too heavy for her body. Where it's kind of like slumped against her chest and pulling down against herself as she is propped up against the stone wall.
Is there anything about this room that would be identifiable besides Dawn Guard stuff?
No, beyond that, it is difficult. I mean, it's a prison. You can see into other cells, which at the moment are currently empty. She's the only one in this space. Make a perception check.
I will do that. 18.
You can see beyond her cell a stairwell up to kind of a well-lit area. There's a golden light kind of creeping down from the top flight of the stairs and down. Um, and yeah, at the moment, that is as much as you can see. Um, physically, she looks weak. Her hair, typically like kind of pulled back into a very high pony, is like just disheveled and kind of draped around her shoulders. She is dressed in kind of destitute clothes as opposed to her traditional armor, and is just propped up against the wall. Why is
She
that
I'm
doesn't
funny?
look.
just picturing like you try to loot her and it just says destitute clothes like in Baldur's Gate.
She doesn't look injured in any way, does she?
She just looks very physically weak.
Okay.
One say it appears as though she's had the vitality drained out of her.
One could say that.
Uh, I. There's no way that I could see if she's got some good old bite marks in her, can I?
Uh, you can see her very well, and no, she does not have those.
That's good. Okay. I go out of my scrying world,
Make a
and I look
perception check.
Branwen. Okay. No. Bad. 9. No, 10.
Whoa, you don't notice anything.
Okay. I look at Branwen and I just kind of shake my head.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, she's is there, so don't freak out when I say this. Is there like a prison anywhere around here?
Yep. Palace basement.
Yeah, she's in jail and not doing well.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Hey, what does that mean?
That means we're leaving this party.
Okay.
Okay. I can't believe that I'm. Yes, but I think it's worth thinking about that we are the guests of honor here, and us leaving will be extremely noticeable.
I don't really care about that.
We can just say that we all ate some bad oysters and need to retire to our apartments. Because Dunk has been shitting himself for the last 2 hours.
I think
And
it's fair to say
nobody
that you all
has
saw
said
Dunk
anything about
leave
him not being here.
and go back to the apartment.
Good thing he's wearing a kilt. That makes things a lot easier for him.
All right, I'm gonna whip out my first 6th level spell, and I'm gonna cast Find the Path, which I can know like any location. I can just know the shortest way to get there if I'm familiar with.
Wait, we need to go back and get all our shit because I'm not going there in a dress.
Um,
We're going there tonight.
I
Well,
can
isn't
do it
isn't your
for a
dress
day.
actually your armor?
Yes, technically, actually, I don't know. I was kind of lying, but everybody, you
Yeah, we got to get our shit. No, for sure.
I need my buddy.
hate that, but yes, you do.
All right, yeah, yeah. Let's get out of here. I am gonna cast that spell. It takes a minute just to like make sure that we're going to the place that we should be. And it just
Well,
shows me how to get to
gee,
the
do you
place.
see that lightning behind
That's
you?
Yeah, that was
lightning.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
You are
cool.
attempting to. You're using the spell to get to Colette.
Wait, you save that till we need to go back and regroup.
It lasts for a day.
Oh, never mind.
In that case, the location of Colette is not the location that you. So like you don't know. You just know the direction, and you know the direction is not that of the palace.
Okay, I know the
Is it the
shortest.
direction of the Ghent apartments, Chris?
It is not.
Is it cool if I just read this out
Okay.
loud?
Yeah, go ahead.
This spell allows you to find the shortest, most direct physical route to a specific fixed location that you are familiar with on the same plane of existence. If you name a destination on spell fails. For the duration, as long as you are on the same plane of existence, you know how far it is and what direction it lies. While traveling there, you are presented with a choice of paths along the way. You automatically determine which path is the shortest, but
I'm going to
not
say
necessarily.
that for the next day, you have a little like waypoint
Oh
dotted
no,
line
it's
in
Yeah.
like
front
a
of you.
GPS where it's like turn left on
Yes,
Rose Street.
there is a small Australian voice in your mind that tells you
Okay.
which way and
Australian,
when to
look at
go.
you, bluey
I'm
dude.
so glad I cast that then.
Yeah.
And I know, oh, she's not in the
Wait,
palace.
can you add a destination so we go back to our place first?
Yeah, no, for sure. And I know
Recalculating route.
Calculating route.
Recalculating route.
okay.
As you attempt to leave, a young noblewoman, who you noticed earlier, Branwen, with pale skin and raven black hair, will stop in front of Willem and do a kind and like reserved bow. Willem, you are immediately struck by her very fair beauty as well as her violet eyes, like truly the color violet. She's wearing a very understated but regal gown. And she goes, "Are you Willem?"
Yup. Who are you? Sorry to be very forward. I have had a lot to drink and am looking for someone.
It's fine, I understand. I would, of course, have soon to introduce myself. My name is Luna Margaster. I understand that you've been having some conversations with my younger brother?
Oh, you're Max's sister. Yeah.
Yes. From my I understand it, you've brought him quite a bit of joy over the past couple days, and, well, he's been. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. He's a good little dude. Um, your parents should pay more attention to him probably. He snuck out of the house for several days.
Yes, my father is all the same. Thank you.
Pleasure. Hey, Chris, is she giving me the same vibes as Vivian Starfall? Apple vibes, we could call it.
Make an insight check.
23.
No, you can tell that she is quite like honored to meet you, and she's like being very pleasant. Um, she's very reserved, and she's also like as you kind of look her up and down, she's quite young, and she seems a bit out of place in this crowd of like. You can tell she's very nervous.
Is it Chris? Is it age appropriate or no?
Yeah, age appropriate. You're good.
Okay, wonderful. Um, sorry, I am very not in a good place right now, but you are great and your brother is great and you look nervous. But I you should come to the manor soon and we can hang out. Do you like chocolate covered raisins?
In the background, you just hear Sina like audibly guffaw, like she just goes. um,
Raven and
and
I are like, what's going on?
Branwen is like Terminator just staring at the door.
Luna kind of looks a bit confused. I would like that.
Great. I'm really sorry. I don't want to make a bad first impression. This is probably a bad first impression, but I got a woman to help save. Um so sorry.
Okay. No. It was a pleasure to meet you. Really. Have a good night.
Breaking up. Oh, mwah, bye.
She will like anxiously like tug at a locket around her neck and just kind of like step to the side to afford you all the opportunity to peel out effectively.
That's the sound of peeling out of this
I
party.
I have no idea what just happened.
You're good. Um, you all collect your things. Nobody really pays you even an ounce of attention as you're like collecting your things. Like the steward gladly hand over your weapons and such. But Branwen, make a perception check as you depart.
That is a 10.
You don't notice anything, but you feel like almost like eyes kind of like boring into the back of your head as
I
you depart.
don't care right now about that.
All right. You all leave, and your carriage is brought around to the side to usher you back to the Ambercrest Manor.
Can I float an idea?
Depends on the idea.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Take this carriage.
So I know this is like not really the way that I usually think, but what if this is a trap?
No, it wasn't trapped. Colette got trapped. So we're the anti-trap.
What if this is a further trap? What if they knew we would go looking for her and want us there?
Feels like
Listen,
a
I
weird thing.
understand, blind determination and
Yeah.
rage.
You know what? You know what? That would be a weird thing to do on a night where they already know where we're gonna be. Right?
Yeah, but we were in front of a lot of people there, like quite literally the guests of honor at a gala, and maybe they want us somewhere where we're away from people.
Anyone who like actively wants to harm us is in that room. Does that make you feel bad?
No,
We're
I
in the
don't
carriage,
agree
right?
with
We're
that.
going
Yeah, you're
to.
actively in the carriage. It is a very brief ride, so
Yeah,
I'll say that
I'm
you guys are
just
like having this conversation as you get in, out, and into the Ambercrest.
just vocalizing some concerns. Like, don't get me wrong, want to help your sister, but just worried about playing into their hands. The notes really got in my head.
Yeah, I get it. Your concerns are valid, Willem.
But what is the thing that
Thank you,
like is
Randy.
supposedly supposed to, make you so scared?
Well, it has to do with Colette, and I'm hoping it's
How do you know it has to do with Colette?
not that she was actually working with.
Red.
Rats.
Sorry, guys, my internet is really bad.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's not that she was working with them the whole time, or that she is being hurt by them. I don't know. It's bad either way.
How do you know it was about Colette, though?
Well, see, Randy read Gwen's mind when Gwen was like, "Oh, I could tell you something,"
Yeah, I'm
but
talking about the
I won't.
letters.
Well, I'm assuming that she is continuing to taunt me with information that was in the letters because I taunted her with information that was in the letters.
What the hell are you talking about?
I was like, "Oh, I've heard that Branwen's mom's talent for manipulation is second to your own." And she gave me like a wry smile where like she knew that I knew, and also your mom knows that I know. Um, And I was just thinking like, "Oh, I could tell you something," because she really like at the end of that letter was like, "Oh, there's this tantalizing piece of information that once he finds out, he's going to be ruined."
Please don't take this the wrong way. When you get drunk, you get really conspiratorial, and I've noticed this happening for a little while. And
It's almost like we have enemies everywhere.
You
well,
don't think I know
sure.
that?
I think you're right. I hope we're not doing what they want.
Then don't come with.
Oh, listen. Gotta. Gotta come with.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
so we're going
Not
now?
just gotta come with. Okay.
Let's go. Why are we just standing around here then?
going in a carriage.
Well, no, at this point
Right.
you're
I thought
back
you
at
said
the
we got
Amber
back.
Coast. Yeah.
Oh.
I'll pose the question to the group, which is this an endeavor you would like to take on without Dunk? Or are you comfortable waiting?
Chris, is this an endeavor we'd like to take on without Dunk?
That's not a question for me to answer.
I feel like we
Well-
should have Dunk. Dunk would come
I
with.
feel like we'd have Dunk.
All right.
I'm ready to go either way.
Branwen will absolutely go no matter what, but I think she would rather have everybody. Damn it, I want to keep playing.
In that case, we will pause here for this
Oh,
evening.
I want to keep playing. Evan, show up. Evan, can we summon you right now?
And we thank you all for tuning in to another edition
At
of
Evan.
Nat20Hot. And look forward to seeing you again real soon. We are on a different schedule this month, so do go ahead and follow us at Nat20Hot on Instagram and TikTok too. Or visit our website, www.nat20hot.com, where you can find the latest and greatest schedule. You can also visit our YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Nat20Hot, where you can find the recordings of all of the episodes. God, up until this point, except for give or take give or take 3 or 4 of them. And with that, we wish you all a very lovely Saturday evening, a lovely Sunday, and Godspeed. Have a great night to you all.
Nice one, boy.
Bye, Zom.